Welcome to a podcast by Kayleigh, the gateway to unlocking your unlimited potential. I'm creating an army of 6- and 7-figure makeup artists, and I want you to join me. In this podcast, I'm going to be crushing gatekeeping, opening the doors to the knowledge you need, and deep diving into the topics that can push us to the next level. Be prepared for epic guests and answers to the questions you have always wanted to know. No more small business, no more just a makeup artist. The beauty industry is a $250 billion industry, and you're in it. Let's get ready to open those gates. This is a podcast by Kayleigh. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another solo episode of a podcast by Kayleigh. Today we are diving into your favourite subject, which is so funny. If I look through the analytics of my podcast episodes, the highest rated ones are always about social media. You guys love hearing about it, you love hearing tips about it, you love hearing people talk about it. So today I am elaborating on an Instagram post that I put up, and it was actually a member of my community, Tina, shout out Tina, which was 7 Instagram or social media predictions for 2024. She actually asked if I could elaborate on them. And I thought, okay, that would make for an excellent podcast episode. So today I'm going to be talking through my predictions, social media and Instagram for 2024. And just bear in mind, guys, these are just my predictions. These are little things, I have my ear to the ground. These are things that I hear and things that I think, okay, this is what I think is going to happen. But we don't know this. This is just little old me recording this podcast. But I will say, if you guys are a member of the Level Up Club, or if you're not, every Friday I put out a Instagram newsletter called MUA Social School for my Level Up Club community. And in this letter, which is my most favorite one to write, I collate data all across the week on trending audios, trending, videos, news from TikTok, from Instagram, from Meta, from X, and I put them in a bulletin for you guys to read. These are always super duper well received. And obviously it means that I spend quite a few hours just researching data. So this podcast episode and these predictions are based kind of on that, which I've been doing now for about 5 months. So without further ado, these are my spicy 7 Instagram / social media predictions for 2024 that I think you guys should know about. Okay, prediction number 1. I said Reels, I think, is gonna be bigger than TikTok. I said what I said. Okay, hear me out about this. Instagram still has, if you look at the data, if you look solidly at the data, there are still more Instagram users than TikTok users. And TikTok is making a few changes algorithmically that for me don't make sense. For example, the other day I was scrolling and I actually scrolled past 7 ads and about 4 pieces of content that were not relevant to me. My personal usage on TikTok has gone way, way, way down. And actually, if you look at the data, this is very common across the board. I mean, if you look at your own habits, ask yourself, is the algorithm feeding you as good as it was maybe like 6 months ago, even like 3 months ago? Something's happening over on TikTok. And I think this is really normal. This is very natural. When companies take off, because you got to think TikTok is still a tiny baby company. It's obviously huge, but the popularity of it is only maybe like 3 or 4 years old in the grand scheme of things. That makes it still a baby. And they're still very much finding their feet. They're making things and changes behind the scenes that sometimes don't resonate with the customer. And you got to think Instagram did this as well. Instagram, one of the big changes they made that didn't resonate with the customer was they got rid of the chronological feed. Do you remember when they did that? TikTok is experimenting. They are doing loads of things. I've talked about it in my newsletter. They are introducing, a paid account where you don't have ads. They are really, really pushing TikTok Shop. That was huge over Black Friday. They're also pushing the live element a lot. For me personally, as a TikTok consumer, these are things that I'm not interested in. So I found my usage as a millennial woman is going way, way down. However, Reels is on an already very, very, very established platform. And yes, Reels is scraping desperately to be TikTok. But when you look at just the data, Instagram still has more users. Instagram still has more paying buyers than TikTok. Instagram is still wearing the crown. We might not think it. You might not think it, especially when it comes to the younger generation. But it is just my prediction that I think Reels is going to outweigh TikTok in 2024. We'll see. I might record like a reaction to this later on in Q4 in the year. We'll see. We'll see how it's going. But I think usage of Reels is going up. So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. That's my first prediction. Prediction number 2, Threads. I think Threads is going to take off. Mark my freaking words. I want you guys to come back to this episode when Threads has fully taken off. Many of us, me included, will wish we were early adopters. I don't know if you guys have ever felt like this, but I remember looking at YouTube. I was watching YouTube when YouTube first took off. And I remember at the time being like, oh my God, I wish I could be these girls. Like, I wish I could be Bubs Beauty doing these hauls. I wish I could jump into it, but it wasn't the time. The timing wasn't right. And I felt the same about Instagram. I came to the Instagram boat quite late as well. TikTok, I came to the TikTok boat quite late as well. And it's always too late when you actually feel like, okay, I'm ready to jump in. I feel like many of us are going to feel that way about Threads. Many reasons for this. Now, Threads is obviously Instagram Meta's take on Twitter/X. In my weekly newsletter, I talk about X and the changes that are happening to that platform and kind of Elon Musk and how he is so connected to that platform, obviously being the owner and being so in the public eye, and the things that he says, especially about, the conflict that's happening right now. X is done. It's donezo. I wish I could remember my Twitter password so I could delete my X account. What Meta has done is incredibly, incredibly well thought out, because so many people, there were many wholesome people on that platform that don't want to be on it anymore because of the controversies surrounding it. They needed a place to go. Some people love that kind of environment where you write like threads, where you literally write threads, where you write things, where you create conversation with words and typing rather than video and being on camera. I think Threads is going to take off. I think we are witnessing it right now. People are going viral on Threads. I've noticed it's actually incredibly easy right now for me to gain followers on Threads if I'm active on it. So I think many will wish that they had got on Threads sooner than they did. I think the data shows as well. If you follow Adam Mosseri, he often talks about kind of the data side of Threads as well. Usage is only going up. People are jumping from X, they're coming over to Threads. It's happening. And many of us are going to wish we were involved in it at this very moment. So that's my prediction. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on there. But again, it is another platform that we have to nurture. And that can sometimes be a little bit of a stress. But I am really enjoying it over there. The vibe is quite good. The algorithm is quite nice. I'm seeing content that I'm quite interested in. And I don't know, it's different. It's nice to just say things, like just type things when you're on the tube and not be so curated about it. You don't actually have to think too much about that content. It's literally just words. So I think it's quite a fun little platform that I'm quite enjoying. But yeah, that's my prediction. I think it's going to take off. 2024 is going to be the year of Threads. Okay, prediction number 3. Gen Z style casual content will reign in popularity in 2024, but only short term. Authenticity will be a huge trend over heavy curation. Now, let me break this one down. Right now, if you think about kind of the last few years on Instagram, we have seen kind of the rise of the influencer. We know that type of content. We've probably engaged in that type of content. It's that content which is very heavily curated. It's that grid that looks picture perfect. It's the influencers standing in front of Elan Cafe. And trust me, oh girl, I've stood in front of Elan Cafe as well. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like as a society, and especially Gen Z, they don't resonate with that. That is not authentic. Standing in front of a stunning curated backdrop where there is nobody in it, when standing down the middle of Bond Street in London outside Chanel with your kind of Chanel handbag, people don't resonate with that anymore. We have seen it. I have seen that content. You have seen that content. We have all seen that very influencery-led content. We're tired of it. I am tired of those lifestyles being portrayed to me, because for the majority of us, those lifestyles are not attainable. The people posting those pictures, they're not even living that lifestyle. And I think everybody, not even Gen Z, but everybody, we're just over it. And instead, I think what we're all craving is authenticity. And that's why Gen Z, they love these photo dumps. It's why that casual content, if you've noticed if you post on TikTok, if it's anything too curated or edited, it doesn't take off because that platform and the users on there, they don't really resonate with that. They like that casual content. And if you look at any viral piece of content, it's not great like video quality. It's normally like really shoddily edited together really, really quickly. It's that casual style content. It's that authentic content that was quickly done on the dog walk. And I think the biggest trend that I'm seeing as somebody who examines all the data is that authenticity and casual content, off the cuff content. That's going to be the biggest inverted commas trend that we're going to see in 2024. The polished gram, the polished like editing, it doesn't resonate anymore. And that's one prediction that I think we're already kind of seeing from 2023 filter into 2024. We're already seeing this happen. What does this mean for us as makeup artists? I still think we as makeup artists need to be kind of editing to a really high quality standard. A lot of what we put out there as makeup artists is often a reflection of our work and our portfolio. And I do think that that should still remain quite polished and quite high quality. But I don't think our vlogs need to be these really polished, highly edited, like Premiere Pro style things. I think you can be quite quick with it now. I think the content, especially if you're doing like content creation, I don't think it needs to be as like YouTuber-y as it used to be. I think we all can be a little bit more casual in the way that we use and the way that we create social media content. So I think we're going to be seeing that across the board, but definitely more so on TikTok than Instagram. I still think Instagram can't shake that really, really polished persona that it's created, but it's going to happen. It will eventually shake that because that's just human psychology. We're tired of it. We're not engaging with it. Instagram will see a drop in users. Therefore, Instagram will prioritize what is resonating, which is going to be authenticity. People want to see authentic, real people, and people want to see those people make it. Like Emma Chamberlain, people love her. And the reason that they love her is because she is just literally herself. She is dorky, she is scatty, she is herself. And people love that because it's not this polished, perfect person. People want to fall in love and root for real people, not the traditional influencery type. This podcast is brought to you by the Level Up Club, my monthly membership for makeup artists. Imagine a place created with done-for-you monthly resources and coaching, literally everything you need to create and scale a profitable, thriving makeup business. Well, it exists, and it's called the Level Up Club. I am so proud of this membership. I literally poured my heart and soul into it. Inside, you will find monthly Canva templates, monthly stock images, social media calendars, email templates, workflows, pro program lists, agency lists, monthly coaching and conversations with the people who can help smash gatekeeping. I'm talking agency owners, PRs, top makeup artists and experts. They're all inside. And not only that, but monthly in-person events. We have already held portfolio days, headshot days, branding days, and so much more is coming. The club is taking the mystery out of making money. Your makeup business doesn't have to be make-believe, and I'm showing you how. And guess what? It's only £30 a month. In London, that's literally 2 hot chocolates. I'm not even kidding. So come and join us, the only membership I promise you'll ever need. Now, back to the pod. Okay. Number 4, this one I'm going to put most of my money on. I think this prediction here is the one that I'm pretty certain about. I would put money on this one. Prediction number 4, but social media across the board is going to monetize heavily. Prepare to pay for a better user experience and no ads. And we're going to be seeing this on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're even seeing it already on YouTube. All apps are gearing up for it. When I do my weekly newsletter, I talk about this a lot. When I write my weekly bulletins on a Friday, I pretty much can guarantee that I see all apps gearing up for this. And I really can see it being a thing in 2024 where we will pay for an upgraded experience. I mean, we're already kind of doing this on Instagram. So many of you guys have paid for, is it Instagram verification, which is where you basically get access to Facebook support if you get hacked and yada, yada, yada. We're already seeing this be rolled out. TikTok, they've already announced that they're going to be creating and selling an an ad-free version of the app. And that is why we are seeing, I don't know if you're seeing it, but I'm certainly seeing it, more and more ads. This is just common business. They're going to throw ads down our throats, then we become sick of it, and then we pay for a no ad experience. I myself am actually a YouTube premium subscriber. I pay for an ad-free experience on YouTube because I watch it so much. YouTube ads now, sometimes they're 45 seconds long. Every single app is going to be doing this. Even X, I feel like X, they definitely have like a premium service where you get no ads and you get, I don't know, a better user experience. We're going to be seeing it on Amazon. I feel like Amazon, what did I read the other day? Amazon, there's like a new Amazon Prime where you can pay £2 or £3 extra a month and you won't get ads because they're now introducing ads to Amazon Prime. So we're seeing it across the board. We're seeing this and it sucks. I'm not going to lie. This is a change that I absolutely loathe. But if one app does it, the others will all follow suit because it's a way of making money. If it has worked on X, Facebook will do it because they're seeing X create X, Y, and Z amount of money from the people that don't want ads. And it's not great. I really, really, really have a bad taste in my mouth around Google now because of the amount that I pay for YouTube Premium when literally 10 years ago it was a skippable 5-second ad. But it is kind of the way the world is working. If you want a better user experience on TikTok, on Instagram, eventually we are going to need to pay for it. I will be very interested to see if this prediction comes true. I'm going to put money on it, and I'm really sorry that I'm delivering that one to you because I feel like nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to be spending more money on these apps, but ultimately they are free. Instagram is free. I'm able to market for free on Instagram, and I have been able to do that for years now. So it just makes business sense for them to charge for a better experience. It puts money in their pockets for something that they've given for free for so long. So I begrudge it, but I understand it. Okay, prediction number 5. This is one that I feel like everybody prick your ears up right now. Instagram SEO is going to be the single most important thing to focus on apart from content. I'm going to repeat that one for you guys. I predict Instagram SEO is going to be the most single important thing apart from your content that you should focus on. If you are not SEO optimizing your content, you're going to need to start. And what I mean by that is captions. No more song lyrics for captions, guys. No more no captions. A little bot reads those captions and Instagram uses that caption to put you in the search because Instagram now is essentially a gigantic search engine. We need to be SEO optimizing everything that can be read by a bot. So what I mean by that, for anybody who's like, oh my God, Kayleigh, you're completely going over my head right now. What are you saying? Instagram has little things. They're called crawlers. I call them bots, but they're called little crawlers. Imagine all these itty bitty but super duper cute spiders. And what they do, these little cute little spiders, they go through each piece of our content that we post on the app and they take away from it what they will. So let's imagine that you've posted a beautiful image of your client and you put a song lyric. Little Instagram spider comes on your page and then they read that lyric and then they're like, okay, they go back to Instagram and they say, hey, Instagram, this piece of content means this Blackpink lyric. And then you will start popping up when somebody searches Blackpink. And that is not what you want to be popping up for. That's kind of how it works in a very, very simplified, non-technical way. If you're not putting any caption, that spider goes on that piece of content and is like, I don't know what this is because I'm just a mere spider and I can't read an image. They can only read the words that are with that image. And it's the same with your profile. Your bio is so important for your Instagram SEO. So if you don't have your location or what you do, that little spider goes on your page and is like, okay, reads it all, goes back to Instagram and says, okay, this person loves dogs. This person has that they're 24 years old. That's what you're going to be popping up as. When really you want to be popping up as London makeup artist, soft glam, yada, 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 all your keywords. So it's really, really important that we put our focus this year, I think, on Instagram SEO. We need to be optimizing anything that can be read by a super cute Instagram spider. So really focus in this year. If you are not very good at captions, don't tell yourself, oh, Kayleigh, I'm not very good at captions, because guess what? You're not going to be. Instead, tell yourself, I am going to work on becoming amazing at captions, because anybody, truthfully, can be amazing at something if they put their mind to it. Just telling yourself, oh, I'm bad at technology. Guess what the outcome will be if you tell yourself that? That's your internal monologue feeding your subconscious. Change your language around those things, guys. Instead of saying, I'm bad at captions, say, I'm working on it. I'm working on those captions. Strive to learn about them. So no more saying we're bad at captions. We're all working on our captions this year, am I right? But the main point of this prediction that I really want to hit home is that people are using Instagram more and more every single day to search for things. If I'm looking for an amazing sushi restaurant in London, yeah, I'm probably going to go on Google first, but then I'm probably going to go on Instagram once I've found somewhere on Google and check out what people are tagging them in and what their page looks like. Or if I don't find anything good on Google, I will then go on Instagram and TikTok. The way that people search for things nowadays is really, really different to 10 years ago. And we as business owners need to keep on top of that. We need to educate ourselves on that and look at how people are buying and booking. And right now, Instagram SEO, with Instagram becoming kind of a little mini search engine, that's where we need to be putting our focus. Okay, prediction number 6. This is one that I'm putting a little bit out of left field because I don't really have any data to back this up. This is just kind of a feeling. So bear with me. But I think YouTube's coming back. I think long form is coming back. Okay, to the point where I'm even looking at my own content strategy, my own business strategy, and thinking, do I start a YouTube? Now, don't follow my advice here, guys, because as I said, this is just a feeling. But hear me out. Based on that casual content prediction, where I predicted casual content is king for the next year, people are craving authenticity. We're also craving connection. We want to be able to connect with those people and feel like we know them on a different level. And that's really hard to do with short form content. Your favorite creators that are creating 6-second videos, it's really hard to form a connection. And we as humans, for the last 10 years, social media has kind of taken that away from us. But if you think back, especially if you're a listener who loved YouTube back in the day and kind of everybody fell off YouTube, but think back to your favorite YouTubers and why they were your favorite. It's because you knew them. You connected with them. There was a little mini invisible relationship there because they created this long form content that allowed us in to a small part of their lives. I think long form is coming back, and this, I have got some data to back this up, but have a look at TikTok. TikTok is allowing now 5-minute long videos on the platform. You couldn't do that before. Same with Instagram. They are allowing and pushing longer videos. There's a reason for that. There's data that I personally haven't found, but they have it. I think long form is coming back. As a long form queen myself, you know, especially if you're in my communities, I love a long video. I'm pretty happy about this one. I think short form is still important now, but I think long form is the future. Our attention spans are only getting shorter, and I think we're all aware of that. And I think there's going to be a big movement towards that in the future, because we can't as humans continue with these tiny, tiny attention spans of fleas. We have to change that. So I think long form is coming back. I might be starting a YouTube channel if I can find a pocket of time here or there, but that's like a personal kind of feeling. This is a feeling prediction. We don't have much to back this up, but let's revisit in a year. Okay, we're on the last prediction. Okay, this one's a little bit out of left field, but I think UGC will continue to be huge. UGC content stands for user generated content. It's those pictures of lip glosses that are like swatched really close up on the hand. It's that skincare that's really aesthetically presented, and there's a hand that comes into the viewfinder and it scoops it out of the jar in a really beautiful aesthetic way. That's kind of UGC. Have a little Google, have a little look on Instagram, just look up the hashtag UGC and you will see it's huge right now. But I predict it will only be huge for a year or so. I can see by the end of 2024, 2025, I think the UGC content is going to be the new influencer grid. It's going to be exhausting. I think people, especially from everything we have just talked about, they're going to be over completely over the sparkly little videos that are designed to sell them something. But I think it's a trend that you can hop on now. I think for the next year, you can hop on it and you will gain followers and you will gain momentum and you will gain, you can definitely monetize that 100%. But I don't think it's a long-term thing. I can't see it being the next 10 years. I think people are very, very aware right now that they're being sold to, and UGC is essentially always selling us something, right? So again, it goes back to that other prediction. We are craving authenticity. We are craving realness, and UGC is kind of not. UGC kind of is like another version of like the curated, perfect, polished kind of thing, right? So I think honestly, what I can see UGC turning into is a little bit more chaotic videos that will still be designed to sell you something, but they'll just be like the Gen Z version of it. So that's kind of what I think is going to happen with that. But it's certainly very, very popular right now. If you're looking to monetize, if you're looking to work with brands, I would definitely hop on UGC now. That's one of those trains that is in the station right this second, but I don't think it will be forever. That's just my thoughts, looking at human psychology, looking at the data, looking at the way trends are going. I just can't see it lasting. Now that was 7 predictions. Oh my gosh, that went so quick. As I said, these are literally just my predictions. These just come from the data that I analyze every single week. If you are interested in that newsletter that I post every single Friday, jump in the Level Up Club. They have access to MUA Social School, which is kind of a subsection of the Level Up Club where I teach all about social media. We do one digital live training a month on a topic around social media. This month it is how to increase your engagement rate and how to get more bookings as a result of that. So every single month we are teaching on social media, and as part of that you do get access to my Friday newsletter where I talk about all the data, trending audios, what's trending, marketing trends, this and that. It's just really useful to kind of know the stuff if you're an entrepreneur. But it's probably because I'm super geeky and I love data. I'm a data girly. Should have been a data analyst in another life. Those are my trends. I think this time next year, I'm going to do a podcast where I react to these and see how many of them I got right. I would also love to know your predictions. What do you see happening on social media for 2024? Okay, guys, I have absolutely loved this podcast episode. It went so quick. I hope this was very, very informative to you guys. Please do let me know your feedback on this style of episode, whether you like these kind of prediction-y ones. And I will be back next week with another guest interview. Take care, guys, and I will see you then. You have been listening to a podcast by Kayleigh. Thank you so much for tuning in today and being on this mission with me to self-improvement and taking steps towards financial empowerment. If you liked what you heard today, be sure to follow me on the gram @ByKayleigh where I post pretty much daily. I would also love to hear your thoughts, feedback, and energy. So please do leave me a review on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you are listening today. In the meantime, I want you to go forward, believe in yourselves, and be the change you want to see. Bye, guys.